Welcome back to Sparks of the Anvil Productions.
Yeah, that shit's fire.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are you trying to make that a tagline?
No, maybe.
Maybe. Alright.
No, maybe.
So, AJ and I just listened to the first song of Epic the Musical, The Horse and the Infant. And, well, what were your thoughts on it, AJ?
That was the Battle of Troy, right?
Yeah.
100%.
It starts in the horse.
So,
Yeah.
what did he decide?
What's that?
What did he decide? Is that that was Achilles talking, right?
That was Odysseus.
Odysseus.
Yeah, so this is the story of the Odyssey.
Okay.
Um, and I personally, I think he killed the infant. For a couple reasons. First off, because in the actual myths and things, there's like a couple different versions, or sources and variations we have of how the son of Hector is dealt with, but they all pretty much end with him dying.
Interesting.
But as far as I know, Odysseus doesn't feature in any of those variations, and this is kind of like a change made for this musical.
Okay.
But there are also some spoken lines later on that I'll point out when we get there that make me think he killed the infant. So I'm pretty certain he threw the infant from the wall.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought, I mean, now you say it's Odysseus, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I never tried to break down and understand the song, and I thought it was the Battle of Troy, so I thought it was Achilles, maybe that was Achilles killing the baby,
Yeah.
and then that was the reason why he got shot in the leg.
No, I think Achilles dies before the battle of Troy's over. So no.
Well, what if that's still during the middle of the battle, and they killed Hector, and then they just come across his baby, and they're this is Achilles contemplating fucking whether they're gonna kill this baby or not, and that's he kills the baby, and that's when he gets shot in the Achilles.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, it starts out with them. They're in the horse, and he's talking to all these recognizable heroes like Menelaus, Agamemnon, Diomedes.
So it's a different battle altogether.
It's the horse, right? The
Yeah.
wooden horse. It's that final battle where they sneak inside using the horse and then open the gates for their armies to come through. And I think it's interesting that they have Odysseus laying out the plan, because as we'll see later in the album, that his mentor is Athena, and she's picked him to be his or her champion. And there's, goddess of wisdom, he's supposed to be a warrior of the mind. So the implication here is the horse is his idea, he's kind of leading the charge, and leading these men in the battle. And so I think it's pretty neat, all those little details. Another interesting detail is that, you get the crack of thunder and then the eagle call.
The eagle, from Zeus, kind of.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's...
He was just watching, but he's not actually a part of that
Yeah.
battle, though.
Zeus isn't a part of the battle. He just kind of struck Odysseus with a vision, more or less. But what I find neat about it is that he says, God, I forget specifically what he says, but he tells Odysseus that he's going to have to face a foe unlike anyone he's ever faced before. Somebody's son, a foe who won't run. And on that description alone, Odysseus is like, say no more, I'm ready.
He's like, all right.
Kind of very first song, immediately showcasing the pride of Odysseus, and that's a big thing. In Greek myths, is Greek heroes typically have
ready.
Greek heroes typically have a fatal flaw, and that's usually hubris. That's the most famous Greek fatal flaw.
Right. So it's crazy. So this guy's Athena's champion, and Zeus is sitting there giving him a message and be like, "Are you sure you're ready, bro?"
Yeah.
And Athena's logically, what you have to do. You know what I mean? It's not about how the strength in the battlefield at that point. It's about the logical battle decision, and Do
Right.
you
I mean,
let this kid live, or do you potentially have a threat that's going to come back and later and kill your children?
yeah, I mean, Zeus literally gives him an ultimatum. It's like he will grow up to be an Avenger and he will kill your family. And Odysseus starts bargaining immediately. Is like, I could raise him as my own. Um,
They're like, no, you'll find out, dude.
yeah, and it's like, I can make sure his past is never known. And you can hear Zeus in the background saying, the gods will make it known.
It's like,
Uh,
oh shit.
yeah. So he has no.
Is that fear itself, or what was that? Instead of the, what could that have been? Hades saying that.
Hades? No, I don't think so. I mean, a crack of thunder, eagle call.
Well, no,
That's
no.
got to be Zeus.
That was that the crack of the thunder and the eagle call also used in the second part of when he was discussing with the god, because if there wasn't a thunder crack and like an eagle part in that, then
I
like
mean,
how that
the thundercrack marks his arrival.
yeah.
So from that point on, it is Zeus and Odysseus.
Okay, so there's no like transition away from like maybe Zeus leaves and then he goes and then he finds the baby and then he
No.
starts like trying to like debate whether he can do it or not.
The next song, he debates whether or not he can kill the infant.
Okay,
Did you want to start listening to that?
interesting. I thought he already made the decision that he was going to in the first one.
No, we kind of jumped the gun a little bit. The
Okay.
next song, he actually is about him thinking about whether or not he will or won't.
Okay, gotcha.
All
So
right.
he's just still contemplating whether he's doing it or not. So he's specifically still talking to Zeus then.
Yeah.
All right,
Ready.